All right, let's start with the SPY. We can see that we ran out a little juice here, and we're pulling back to the 10. Big picture again. Want to make sure we know what's going on weekly. We see the sideways consolidation that's in an uptrend, lower left, upper right, uptrend. So we want to see how this candle plays out. If it can continue higher or is going to continue to go lower. Again, I don't short during these times because you don't know when if you're just going to get squeezed out, and I'm not going to guess the top. So right now, you always have these small, small candles and stuff like that. Even though this one, we just want to see some follow through further to the upside eventually. So it could be just going sideways. If we look on the monthly, well, the monthly is not going to really be a big candle because we're just 10 days into the month. So we'll see how that goes. We're up, pretty well if you could really look at this. I mean, this is pretty much going from the year and moving forward, and it's just been pretty growing straight up. So any red candle shouldn't signal to anyone short. It's just not worth it at this time. Don't fight the trend, trade the trend. So right now, if you're not looking to, instead of looking shorts, I'm just looking for long setups, or I'll just wait. And you got to just be patient. But if it could, again, regain the high of 1811, we could continue to go to the upside. Dow Jones again is now under the 10, and you could see this is almost like a little pivot point right here. So you do have a lower high. So this is something to be cautious of and see if we can recapture above this 10 and get back above this 1658, or we continue lower. Only time will tell. So we just, again, you want to look at the weekly, and you can see that we had what some would consider hanging man, and I kind of really don't like that candlestick, but it doesn't really matter. I know that if you follow Japanese candlesticks, you know Steve Neeson, he actually doesn't look at that a little bit more because of the probability. You can look him up. He's basically brought the Japanese candlesticks over, and it's just basically a price action. So we have to see at the end of the day if it does pull back. Is it just pulling back to spring up higher? It's just a minor retracement. And if you start looking at percentage points, you can see this percentage is less than a percent pullback. So, and that's in 2 weeks. So we got to see what's going on, but don't try to, step in front of the bus or don't try to pick a top. It never works. So you see the volume is decreasing. We want to see if this volume decreases to the downside. You have a break of at least this point right here, and see if this is actually going to be tested to the downside. Let's look at the Russell. The Russell did follow through on its lower high, so now we are below. And this is the next pivot. It's right there. Pretty much was this 1119. This closed at 1119. So it's right there. If you look at the weekly, you can see we're right at the 10. But again, we're still above the 10, and you see the channel has not been broken as yet. I would like to see it if it's going to break, and then give me a little pop up, and then we can really look to go to some short side action. The composite, again, still looking good. I mean, and this is a weekly chart. Just looking at, these things need to rest. I mean, it's looking good. Every time it's broken up, maybe it's trading sideways for more consolidation, for some more up or more down. I'm not fighting the trend, and if it does break, we will know, and I will be the first to let you know that okay, we're now in a downtrend. But as you can see, lower left, upper right, uptrend. So let's look at a couple names that for today. Let's look at Apple. I think Apple needs to at least clear this 570 area to get it back over there, and it might look good. I don't know if this, and if it breaks below this 559, 560 area, it could have it could pull back. And the only thing I see, in the near is the 540 region. So we got to really be careful regarding that. 3D is squeezing them again to the upside. BIDU is continuing to the upside. We saw that we had this level, and I'll show you from the weekly. Pretty much this candle came and it floated around right there. That was support. and launch back up to the upside. I'm in new skin, and that one's not moving that much, so we'll see. I'll just roll my stop up. I've been in this for a couple of days, actually, since basically around here last Wednesday. So we'll see what happens. I've been in a week. It hasn't really moved that much, but I'll just be rolling my stop up, and thank goodness the lows have been going up. I'm in Facebook right now. That one is paying well. Continues to the upside, just roll my stop up, go from there. You got Jazz looking good, continue to the upside. You got Priceline. Priceline, if it could get above this 1200 level, that's really a good look for this one. As you can see, it's just trading sideways, but if it gets back above that 1200, which is the high of this candle, it pretty much will launch back up, and that one is looking good. You got Pandora actually gives a nice engulfing pattern right here. So be cautious with this one because we have this going on right here. So we really, you have this. You can see a descending triangle, but if it could break above this 30 level and hold, it'll basically break above that and continue to the upside. So that one looking good. Disney looks good to the upside if it could continue holding where it is now. Some stuff that doesn't look good is Starbucks. Starbucks broke down. Lumber liquidated. I don't know what happened, but it's down heavy, almost 14%. And let's look at Tesla. I was looking for this to get above here. I think I'm in this trade. Let me see. Yeah, I might be in this trade. I just got to check my stuff. So we'll see. I'll roll my stop up and might get stopped out. New skin might get stopped out as well. Microsoft, I was looking to get in. Didn't give me what I needed to get in, and it almost looks like these if it had got above this level or basically above the 40. If we look at the monthly, I mean, it's been a while since it's got above this level. I mean, it's pretty much, I don't know if there's employees that are like, listen, once it gets here, the orders have been sitting there for 8 years and they might have been waiting for this, but at the end of the day, we'll see what's going on. Microsoft, yeah, I mean, the most has been, a lot of people made money off the splits for this, not the price movement. So, and we'll see what happens with this one. Who else? Solar City needs to get giddy up and get above this level, this 55, but it's maybe a little bounce. So let's look at Google. Google is continuing to the upside. I would just be rolling up stops, really looking good today. I'll definitely be rolling stop and peeling off some profits, quite honestly. I'll give you another entry. You just got to be patient. At the end of the day, you just got to be patient. You got to let these things set up, especially if you're looking, even if you're looking to day trade this stuff. I wouldn't, the thing is to start, again, why set up to set yourself up to try to guess the top? Look at how much this has been moving. Look at these prices, all-time highs. Don't try to guess the top with that. It's just a hard trade. Even if you do it, even if you make money on the retracement, it's just a hard trade. Why would you want to do a hard trade? So let's look at the banks. Excuse me, the banks. Banks might be setting up for a little bit, more lows right there. Yeah, this, what the hell just happened here? Yeah, so we really have to see what's going on from here, and this could just be a flag for more downside, quite honestly. Let's look at Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs gave you a nice flash up. This is, again, another distribution candle, so we have to get above this 172.20 to really see some more action to the upside. I don't know if this was just to grab some buy orders to push it back down, maybe, and that's just a part of trading. You have Wells Fargo. Again, this is what's going on. It needs to break above at least this high to test the previous highs. And Citigroup is giving you a shooting star right at the 10-day. And you can see this is a flag setting up. So, yep, flag setting up that got back to the 10. Never really got up with some juice. So we really got to see what's going on and if it's going to continue to the downside. And go from there. We got FSLR. First Solar is, this is just breaking down a little bit more, and we have to see how these things go. But again, there's a couple names that look like there might be some setups for tomorrow, and trade them well. Just be cautious. I think the futures are up around 30 right now, but we'll see how they get in the morning, and we'll trade them from there. So trade them well, and you know, manage risk. Manage risk. That's the only thing you manage. The profits, you manage that. Don't peel them too early because you don't want to just churn your account. Once you get a profit, you take it, but you just take your loss. But if you manage your risk, you will definitely be able to survive a little bit longer. If you can manage that and manage your emotions to not revenge trade as well. Revenge trading is another thing. If you lose something, let's say you typically trade 5 contracts, you lose some, all of a sudden you're trying to trade 10 to make up for the 5, then you lose the 10, now you're in a deeper hole. So don't do that. If you lose, just understand that everybody does that. Professionals don't win all the time. They probably got the same average, but they're able to check their ego and say I was wrong and move on. Versus the amateur guy is pretty much saying I'm going to get the market back for hurting me. The market always wins. Take care.